over here. Hi everybody, Joey and I have now made it out to Scranton, Pennsylvania, and I don't know if you can see this behind me, but we're actually at the Steamtown Museum. This is sort of the elephant's graveyard for old engines and cabooses, and what a collection they have here from Canada and the United States. And we can see some of the passenger cars here to the right, and behind me is one of the old Canadian railway cars, I guess one of the last existing in the United States. And at the same time, you can probably hear in the background, we're actually still near an active railroad station. So Scranton still has a lot of traffic coming in and out, but boy, there is some great stuff to see here. You can walk around for some time and look at these old engines and trains. Trains. And look out here. You get all different trains. To our right is a locomotive, right? The one that pulled the train.
Yeah.
To the right of that, you see the one with the number 583 on it? That's the caboose. That's where great-grandpa used to hang off the back and wave to grandpa as he went by. To the left is a coal car. And here in Scranton, it was famous for what they call anthracite coal, or hard coal. And this is what the trains were really built for, was hauling the coal out of here. But in the very middle, it's a very important thing. This is the roundhouse.
What were they for?
The roundhouses, when the trains would come in, that would turn around, just like a carousel. And then the trains would go out a different door. This way they could turn the trains around once they got into the station. Because if not, it's not like a car. I can't back and forth, back and forth. So what you're looking at is the roundhouse and 3 different locomotives, 2 different cabooses, and a coal car. This coal car was different. This actually held the coal that they would shovel into the locomotive.
Is that real coal?
That is real coal. It's doing quite something in its day.
Begin.
Hi. When I was small, I used to like trains, and now we were here at a train museum, and the first train was made in 1852 in New York, and yeah.
Begin.
Oh, I'm driving the old train.
Are you a driver?
Yes.
You want to be a bus driver or a train driver in the future?
Train.
You like Thomas Train?
Yeah.
嗨，小朋友们，你们小的时候最喜欢的玩具是什么？每个孩子都会有几套 Thomas Train 吧？你看，今天我们带你们到这个美国火车博物馆，这里展出的从1850年到1995年建的火车，很多很多。尤其是很多很古老的蒸汽火车，像这个都是1850年到1860年之间修建的，非常壮啊，都是有一些非常实在的铸铁做成的。今天你如果来到这个博物馆，那你就那些玩具性的 Thomas Train 就对你们有吸引力了，来看看吧。Begin.
Wave.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody. You had a question, Joey.
How did this happen?
The camera. The war, actually, this is, of course, the Civil War. The American Civil War started in 1861. This was about the idea that the southern states wanted to break away from the Union, the northern states, primarily, who wanted to keep slavery in place. Where the northern states, the Union wanted to keep the country as a whole, but not have slaves anymore. What many people feared was that this would end much of the commerce in the South, leave them in a poor situation, and the idea that the North would have many free slaves that could actually slow down the economy there. Who won it? The battle. This particular battle, the New Market Battle, was won by the Confederates from the South. The North overall won the war in 1865 when Lee surrendered to Grant, which brought an end to probably one of the most tragic parts of American history, which was the American Civil War. We encourage you to come down here to Virginia. We encourage you to see the Shenandoah Valley. We encourage you to see the New Market battlefield.
How old were the kids? when they had to.
It's funny that you say kids, because many of them were just that. They were VMI cadets. Some of these were just teenagers. Much of the war had many young people. The drummer boys, some of them were only 12 or 13 years old, and they were participating in the war itself.
Oh, Angus is.
Yeah. Hold on, let me get him. All right, you. I'm trying to get him turned around so he's facing you. Come here. Now, come back.
There is no...
大家看一看这个大火箭，好大呀！看到这个真是让人感觉到人定胜天，能把这么大一火箭发到太空去。大家看看，这是宇航局办的太空博物馆。哦，这里火箭真多，有很多都是实物的，不仅仅是个模型。哦，我看了这个宇航博物馆，就觉得在首都华盛顿那儿的那个航天博物馆太渺小了。原来我觉得那个航天博物馆就挺震撼的，这里搞得更好。而且它还有就是模拟的那种宇航员训练营，欢迎大家来参加。哦，大家来看一下这个真正的火箭，它的长是365尺。哦，这是真正的火箭，不是个模型。看有多大，好大呀！火箭比起来太渺小了。好，这边摆的是提供一些动力的机械。这几个机器是给它提供动力的，这是提供动力的几个设备。这边还介绍了这几个提供动力的设备的一些机械构造。这大火箭建的好气派，好漂亮啊！看里面的这个机械构造。做的也很精致啊，但很复杂。这边还有教学生们如何来做一个火箭。现在有些私人的公司，像 SpaceX， 他们都自己来做火箭了。这个大火箭是真正的火箭，在宇航局的博物馆里展览着。它可不是一个模型啊。很大很大，365英尺，哦，很大呀！而且这个是50年前美国制造的一个大火箭，做试验用的，跟它相类似的一个已经用了发射了，这个呢一直就放在这儿供人们参观，也很气派，很漂亮。Begin.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to continue our trip through Richmond, Virginia. This was the Battle of the Yellow Tavern, where Jeb Stuart, using 4,000 cavalrymen, successfully kept back 12,000 Union troops. In the end, he did have to retreat back to Richmond. By that time, they had rebuilt the fortifications. He unfortunately died from his wounds from that battle on May 11th, 1864.
How old was he?
At the time, he was 45 years old. Around us, though, and to commemorate it, they built a beautiful hotel and resort, the Virginia Conference Center. One of the buildings, one of the historical buildings, which is still the tavern. Of course, they then built the buildings to look like it all around us. Many famous events here. Students come here from all over the country for law school and dance. Look at the scenery. Even in February, you can see how beautiful it is here. You're listening out there, you're hearing a lot of the blackbirds. Also to the right, we've got one of the replications of one of the cannons actually used by the Confederate troops. Unfortunately, by this time in the war, the Confederacy was somewhat defeated, running low on supplies, ammunition, and men. And this is when the Union troops were still pushing on, trying to make it to Georgia. Today, the Conference Center is used for many different events, include weddings, government officials come here, and then, of course, they have a lot of business conferences. We're spending time now at the crossings, and you're looking at many of the small lakes and ponds on the 24 acres that surround us. There's a small golf course, Farm 3, which isn't open right now, obviously, in February, but I'm sure it's quite beautiful come summertime. Thank you for joining us on our trip.